Man, goes without saying the effort that our team plays with. I told them in there that they certainly don't want to hear me say how proud I am of them at this point in time when you go out there and you play your butts off and you come away with a 7-point loss to the University of North Carolina. But they really, from every phase of it, I never ever question what we do as a football team as far as effort. Some of our execution could have been better at times, but man, what a team that we have. We really have a strong football team, and I'm very excited about where we are. And a lot of coaches come in here and you sit there and you're 0-2, and we understand that. But 0-2 with games to the University of South Carolina, University of North Carolina, the way we played gives us, I would say, like I said, it just we're going to hold our heads up, we're going to keep our chest out, and we're going to come back and we're going to be a better football team next year or next week. We had the opportunity to take that game. Didn't make the plays when we needed to. Critical plays, both offensively, defensively, and special teams. It was certainly a team loss, and it's not one of those things you say, well, this side of the ball, the special teams phase of it didn't play out. We all had our opportunities to make plays. We made plays, but we didn't make enough of those plays, and therefore we sit here with a 7-point defeat or a difference in the ball game. So, you guys got any questions?
Coach, after they turned the ball over there, you guys aren't really able to get the false start on first down and weren't really able to do much with it. Is that a frustrating moment?
No, God. I mean, the false starts are the most frustrating thing for me in football because it's concentration. It is concentration. It's not like we have a bunch of motions and shifts and things of that nature and cadences that we bark out different. It's very, very consistent for us, and when it happens, it's hard to overcome. I mean, it's hard to overcome a first down penalty. It doesn't matter what football team you are. You can't play from behind the sticks, and we certainly on that last drive played from behind the sticks.
Two questions. Did you consider going for it on fourth down?
I did. I did consider going for it. I thought we were really playing well defensively. I thought we were going to stop them. I thought we were going to have the ball back about midfield, and we were going to have the opportunity to go in there and score. You certainly look at the situation right there. Probably had a better opportunity on our third down play, but it didn't work out the way we did, and didn't get the ball back. That's hard to watch when you're a football coach and a football team that plays your guts out, and you just watch that clock dwindle.
What was the big difference that you made at halftime to come out to the 18-0 run that y'all had?
There wasn't a difference. Our message in our team room before we came out, I said, I want you to understand, I thought you were the better team going into that football game. And at halftime, I said, you're still the better team. I said, we just got to go out and clean up some things. There wasn't no doggone yelling, screaming, inspirational speeches. We just came out there and played good football.
Talk about your defense being opportunistic, and you saw that day with the 3 turnovers. How about the job that they were able to do being disruptive in this game?
They did an outstanding job. They were very, very disruptive. Sometimes we got caught in some of their tempo and didn't get aligned and assigned properly and gave up some big runs that were very, very unfortunate because when we're aligned and assigned, we're tough. I mean, there's not a lot of easy yardage in there, and to give up those plays were unfortunate. But our defense is playing well. That's a good football team in the University of North Carolina. That really is. They're a good offensive football team. I knew their defense was going to play better today, certainly. Wish we could have just made one more stop.
Coach, do you think they held you without a point in the fourth quarter? Did they do anything differently that you saw, or no?
No, they didn't. It just, execution there in the fourth quarter just didn't go our way. It wasn't anything they did. They made plays. They made plays. Ultimately, they made more plays than we did, and that was the difference in the ball game.
I don't know how much input you had on this, but to start the season with against 2 Power 5 opponents is pretty unusual. Do you believe it'll pay dividends for you in the conference season? And just what were your thoughts when you saw the schedule?
Now that we've played them, I feel very good about our football team. I thought we stood toe-to-toe with two Power Fives, the University of South Carolina and the University of North Carolina. We had opportunities to go out and win. You can look and say the scheduling is a little bit off, maybe. But we had opportunities to beat both of these football teams we played in the first 2 weeks. There wasn't a difference in our team and their team. If I line my team or our team up today, I'm going to pick our team over those two teams every day of the week. Yeah, we're sitting here 0-2. We have everything in front of us that we want to go achieve. We have a conference championship we got to go compete against and play for, hopefully. We will learn from these. It was a tough start, but we're going to move on very, very quickly from it, and we're going to get ready for Charlotte. I told them, I said, we're going to get ready for a run and be ready because we've got a good football team.
What's the attitude of the team after a loss like this? I mean, getting ready, going forward.
We all understand that these games we build them up, okay? You know, when you put them on the schedule, you got the University of South Carolina, you got the University of North Carolina. Everybody understands you have an opportunity to go win these games, okay? That doesn't happen very often. The group of five doesn't defeat the Power Five very often. It just doesn't happen. We had an opportunity to do it. So yes, we're going out and we're trying to win and we're doing everything possible. We're playing as hard as we can. And when you come up, just like last week, I thought we played offensively and defensively very well, and we came up short in the special teams, but we weren't outmatched. And if you look at our football team today, we weren't outmatched with the University of North Carolina. Not at all. Not in a single position on that football field. It's a disappointing feeling. But it's not something that's going to train wreck our season. It's something that we're going to gain confidence from. We're going to build on it. It's almost going to inspire us to be a better football team because of how we played the first 2 weeks.
Is that third quarter, the way the offense played, is that what you can expect?
We all expect to be very, very good on both sides of the ball. And, that third quarter was a nice. It was just really easy. It was easy flowing. We found a little rhythm. We found a couple plays right in there that really confused them a little bit. And it wasn't anything foolish. It was just some stuff we saw, and took it right down the field and mixed up a little bit run, a little bit pass, and executed very, very well.
Did we see Robert Lewis, the emergence of Robert Lewis today?
Robert Lewis is a good football player. Robert Lewis is going to be a great football player. That young man has worked. He may be the hardest working player on our football team. His off season was extraordinary. His preseason was great, and he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I'm very, very proud of that young man.
Coach, every week it seems like there's a different person on defense that steps up and has a big day that maybe we hadn't heard a lot about. Tell me a little bit about John Trey Hunter and his day today.
And John Trey's a special athlete. I mean, honestly, we could line John Trey up on the offensive side of the ball, and he would be one of the best wide receivers that we have. He can run. He's got a knack for making plays like Tay Lane does. John Trey, a little bit like Robert. He has grown so much since the first time he's walked on campus, and continuously gets better, starting to become a leader for us on defense, making plays. He's fun to watch in practice. He just grows, and in this day and age of football, you don't hear the stories of development any longer. It's about transferring in and all this stuff. But John Trey has really developed into a great football player, just the same with Robert Lewis.
What did you see from Darren this week versus last week, the improvements he was able to make for this game?
Darren, we all get better as the days go on. Each time you practice, you get a little bit better. You play your first game, you learn from your experiences in playing in the situations. Darren didn't force a lot of issues today. He took what was available, the easier throws, and he didn't really play just bad last week. He had batted balls, he had drops. So Darren is right on target. I love his confidence. I feel very, very good when he takes the field. I love his demeanor, and our players, they love it too.